Howdy, and welcome to Lesson 5 in our series of learning the key of C major across the fretboard on your mandolin. Well, great, wonderful, awesome. You know some C scales, you know some chords, but how do you apply that to your playing? Well, the long answer to that question is that you're going to end up playing a variety of tunes with a variety of people at a variety of tempos, in your practice room with groups, maybe performing, and slowly over time you're going to build musical vocabulary just by playing over and over and over. The short answer, as I like to say, the chewable answer, is to break off a small chunk, a small chord progression, and then slowly take these skills and these ideas we've learned from the previous lessons and just directly apply them into that chord progression. And then let that be your first steps, your first crawling as you start to weave your way into learning a musical vocabulary of your own. Okay, so let's dig in. We're going to look at a chord progression now. It's going to start with a C major chord, then it's going to have an A minor chord, and then there's going to be the F chord, and then there's going to be the G chord. And what we're going to do is take, again, ideas from those previous 4 lessons and just directly apply them to your playing. All right, so this is how this exercise is going to sound. 2, 3, 4. Alright, so the meat and potatoes of this lesson is, again, to take stuff from the past. So in that first lesson we did a C scale, and then we started looking at chords in the C scale, and we started looking at arpeggios. And one of the first arpeggios we played was just a C arpeggio. And then descending. So in this exercise, all we're doing is saying, let's double this up. It's just an idea. Over the C chord, we're going to play. It's just playing 2 notes of everything you've already learned up to this point. So again, I'll play it slow. If you're struggling playing doubles, you could literally just play 1 note at a time and play that C arpeggio. Now, after we play that phrase, we're just going to play, do you remember in the C major scale when we played below the scale, we played the scale? And then we're like, what about these notes? Right? We want to play those. So now I'm going to add that into this phrase that I'm playing. So I've played that arpeggio. Now I'm playing this. Right? I just walked down. Play it one more time all together. And now the next chord that's coming is the A minor. And if you remember from the A minor arpeggio that was in the C scale, it was the 6th chord, that A minor, the arpeggio was just... So we're just going to outline that here. Whoops. So all we did is played the root, the 3rd, the 5th, the octave, which is the open A string, then back to the 5th, down to the 3rd, and then back to that 5th. Again, I'll play that whole thing, that whole A arpeggio that we're playing in this scale, in this exercise rather. And the only reason I'm ending on that 5th is because now I'm going to an F chord, which you see is only a half step away. So I'm going, they call that voice leading, like playing notes that lead into the next chord that are very sort of close and musical in nature. So again, that arpeggio is going to go. and end on that F, I'll play the whole thing up to that part. 1, 2, 3, 4. I hope you like this video so far. If you've got any questions or comments, please leave those below. And if you're looking for the tablature, head on over to patreon.com/MyBluegrassRomance, where I've got tablatures for this video, as well as a whole bunch of other videos with original music, techniques, exercises, and just a variety of mandolin-related stuff that I hope will help you on your journey in playing. Again, the chord progression for this exercise is C to A minor and then to the F. So here I'm on that F. I'm going to play that same F, arpeggio that we had played in those previous exercises. I'm just going to double it up. And again, all I did is went back up to that third, so I played. One more time of that when I'm playing the F arpeggio. And again, I'm voice leading. I'm up at that third, which is this A note, which leads me down to the G. And now, when I come down to that G, that final arpeggio, instead of playing it ascending like this, I'm playing it descending, and I'm doubling the notes. So I descend and then I ascend. So again, I'll play the F arpeggio into the G. One more time. Right from this F. 3, 4. And then from there, I'm just doing a descending part of the C scale from the G. So again, I'll do that F arpeggio to the G arpeggio to that very last phrase. 3, 4. Now, I can think of tunes like Billy in the Low Ground that have the C chord and the A minor chord, and then in the B section of Billy in the Low Ground it goes to the F chord instead. Or a tune like Bill Monroe's Ashland Breakdown that contains these chords. So what I would do is learn this exercise and then try to just diddle, using these ideas. Again, you're going to slowly learn where those chords are and where you can sort of lead from one chord to the next chord, and that's how you begin to apply these. So again, it's time on the instrument, it's playing, but again, these arpeggios and these scales and how do you weave them into your playing? Well, you write out a chord progression, maybe record yourself playing it. In this case, I just chose randomly sort of C for a couple measures, A minor for a couple measures, F for a couple measures, and G. And then I just started saying, well, I guess I could start on the root. And then I could kind of work my way down. Oh crap, I gotta land on that A. Oh, I can get to the F here. Kind of repeat that idea where I go up one note and then drop down again. And for me, again, that just gives me some anchor points in here where I know I got a C there, and I can go to my A minor. Oh man, where's my F? I know it's here. Where's my G? Oh, it's here. And I'm playing other ideas, but the idea is, again, is to learn those arpeggios and those scales so you can have anchor points as you play that you feel comfortable knowing where those are. And as long as you're moving around sort of doing that consistently, you'll eventually get a lot smoother with it. And you can do things like, instead of just playing like the arpeggio, I might play like a note below it, like, and all I was doing is just kind of noodling around right there. And then I could play that walk down just the same, but instead of playing, I could play like, then to the F, same place, it's still here from this note, I landed there. And then I could kind of do that same thing with the G. Thanks again for checking out this video. Please like and subscribe. I hope this has been helpful for you in your mandolin playing.